When King Dushyant sees Shakuntala, Dushyant is the hero of play Shakuntalam, and Shakuntala is the female character. Then he says it is about dress. Sarasijam anuviddham sharvinenapiramyam malinam api himansho lakshmi tanoti iyam adik manojya valkalena tanvi kimete madurana napratina. This beautiful woman, she looks even more beautiful in leaves. The skin of the tree which she is wearing, she is not wearing any ornament, any beautiful dress, but she is looking very beautiful. So this is how Kalidas perceives Shakuntala, and he says it from the mouth of Dushyant. Now come gesture. How the gesture is portrayed. Whether it is only salutation, touching of the feet. In Kumar Sambhavam, when Narad, I think everybody knows about Narad, who was Narad, visits Parvati's father, Himalaya, and there he praises about Shiva. So the gesture of Parvati is narrated like this: Parshve pitu adhomukhi leela kamal patrani garya maspa. She's shy, she's docile, and she is sitting with her head just bent, and she is counting the lotus flower because she is feeling shy. There is a marriage proposal. And when the same Parvati, she sees Shiva before her, how she reacts. Shaila the daughter of Himalaya, Parvati, could not move when she sees Shiva before her. In Tulsi Manas, Tulsi Das says about Sita Ram ko roop niharat janki kandan tenai ki panchai taate tabe se bhul gayi karte rahe patta. She is also standstill. So this is how the gesture of heroine is depicted, or female character is depicted in our text. Whether really they were supposed to be so shy, like these poets have depicted them, or whether there was a spark among them, which we can see later on. Why this allegation, all these dramas, all these poems were written by male writers, male dramatists, and they portrayed women like they wanted them to be portrayed. So the most important thing is gender language in Sanskrit text. Why it is important? Because all were written by male writers, and the question has been raised by Gayatri Chakravarti Spivak, whether it is a male character who is saying this or the writer himself. The other, like they have portrayed female characters so shy. So whether the dramatist, the poet wanted to portray them like that, so he portrayed them like that. The other objection which I have mentioned earlier has been raised by so many authors, so many historians, so many poets and feminist writers like Gayatri Spivak. Why the female characters don't speak Sanskrit? emotions of women. This discrepancy why the female characters don't speak Sanskrit has been explained by Raj Shekhar in his Kavya. Raj Shekhar was also a Sanskrit writer. It says this is the norm and rule of Sanskrit that wives of women of the family they should have the knowledge of Prakrit and Sanskrit, and the writer should make them speak in Prakrit so that we will know that writer knows Sanskrit as well as Prakrit. In a much celebrated work, Can Subaltern Speak, the question of gendered voice had been raised. Whether the voices were really gendered, I will begin with the Mahabharata. The very famous episode where Pandavas lost in chess or chorus or Yudha. And when the servant goes to Draupadi, she says, जाओ पहले धर्मराज से पूछो कि वो युद्ध में स्वयं को हारे या मुझे हारे. Who speaks that? Draupadi or Vyas? It is Draupadi's question. जाओ धर्मराज से पूछो. And the other episode of Chirharan, at his deathbed, Duryodhan asked Krishna, you say that we have done a very irreligious deed in the court. हमने धर्म की हानि की उस दरबार में, लेकिन हमसे बड़ा अधर्मी और कौन कौन था वहां पर? भीष्म पितामह जो चुप रहे, द्रोण जो चुप रहे, और धर्मराज युधिष्ठिर जो चीरहरण के समय चुप रहे. और केशव आपने केवल साड़ी बढ़ाई, आप भी तो चुप ही रहे. तो बड़ा अधर्मी कौन है? So these are the questions which have been raised by Duryodhan, by Draupadi, and how can we say that in our text there are gendered voices only like Gayatri's nuances? These are not gendered voices. Then again, Sita. In Ramayana, everybody knows this episode of 14 years Vanvas of Ram, and Sita goes there as companion of Ram. Ram never wanted Sita to accompany him. Ram tells Sita in Valmiki Ramayana, what will people say that a prince, I have taken a princess of palace, leaving all the luxuries behind the palace, and she is following and facing the hardships of the forest? What Sita says, it is important. मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम आप हैं. आप सोचिए लोग क्या कहेंगे. मैं वही करूंगी जो मैं चाहती हूँ. मैं आपके साथ आऊंगी. Is it a gender voice? When Sita tells Ram was मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम, लोग क्या कहेंगे, लोग श्री राम लोग क्या कहेंगे. Sita says लोग क्या कहेंगे, इसको आप सोचिए, मैं नहीं. I'm telling it in Hindi because in Sanskrit, I think most of you will not understand Sanskrit, and English, I personally feel does not make as much effect as it makes in Hindi. Similarly, Radha. How do we talk about Radha? Anamika, a dancer who dances with a Raslila, she is doing Raslila. The same Radha who was madly in love with Krishna, and she tells Krishna when she is angry with him, when he spent night with other gopis, go